Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about Cress, which was the third book in the Lunar Chronicle series, and it's kind of continuation of Cinder and then Scarlet, which then goes on to Winter and the prequel Fairest, which I'm currently reading right now, which I'm loving but hating. I'll get into that in another video, but for now I'm talking about Cress, and this is Rapunzel's story. First we've had Cinderella, then we've had Little Red Riding Hood, and now we've got Rapunzel. I found this whole series really, really funny and interesting to read. I think my favourite character for witty comments and things like that is definitely Thorn. He makes the books, the series, more funny because of what he says, how he's kind of the Flynn Rider of Tangled. He comments on every little thing. And it just makes it so much more funny. But like when he first meets Cress, when he first sees her in the satellite through on their videos, he sees all the hair and he's like, "Is that hair?" And yeah, Cress is there, sat there with her enormous, kind of her very long hair like spread out in front of her, and it looks really, really funny. And it's just really funny how he comments on that. I really like that. Cress has been stuck in a satellite her whole life and living with one of the thaumaturges, one of the Queen's thaumaturges, who is actually one of the favourites who I've come to realise in Fairest. Haven't really gone into the whole book yet, but I'm about halfway through now. But yeah, it's quite strange how I've read all of the 4 books of the series now. I'm reading Fairest, which is the prequel. I will talk more about that in the separate video, of course, when I finish reading it. But it's definitely giving me a different perspective on all of these books. But I really, really enjoyed this one. I think my favourite fairy tale by far is definitely Rapunzel, so I enjoyed this one a lot. I don't know which was my favourite book, to be honest, in the series. I love them all. But I really, really enjoyed reading this one. I liked Cress's story as she finally comes to go on this massive adventure with her long life crush, Thorn, who she ends up leading through this enormous kind of trek through a desert in Africa, and then meeting all these other people and finding Aiko, who is Cinder's android. It's just really, really interesting. Cress has always been quite shy. I don't think she does develop, she does become stronger throughout the book. But she's still got her kind of shyness to her. And yeah, I really liked it. I like reading all of them. I love the kind of sci-fi retake of the fairy tale world. Seeing all of these different perspectives from each of the characters, like learning about Cress's father, which I won't give too many spoilers, so I'm not going to say. But yeah, you definitely have to read it to understand, but it all links in well with the first 2 books, and yeah, it's just a really interesting story to go into, and I really like that cover. It's so pretty. Look at the hair. Yeah, I like Kai's story and Cinderella's story, and each of their individual stories are still woven through all of these books. So it might just focus on one character, like the name on the front, but it'll also focus on the other characters as well, which I think was done really, really well actually. I think that would be quite difficult to write, to be honest, but yeah, she did it really well. And I just really liked her kind of growing relationship with Thorn, which is still growing throughout the course of Winter. There's a lot of tension between them. She gets very jealous and upset about little things, but it's kind of her character, and she's kind of been known as the damsel in distress that he's come to save, but he doesn't want to hurt her and things like that. But I love seeing their relationship growing and blossoming. yeah, you gotta read it. I'm gonna try not to give too many spoilers, but for that, thank you guys. Bye.